No cutting each other off, listening to one another, and stay on topic.
Hi, everybody. It's Aishah.
Sultana.
Welcome back, everybody. Kareem in the house.
And this is Unfiltered Energy.
All right, guys. Episode 3. I feel like we tried to do this. It didn't work, but we're back finally.
Kareem, we should just talk about our other podcast that we couldn't air.
Yeah, I think that's right for a little quick story.
Okay.
So we were here the day before I was leaving to go to Mexico. And I was exhausted. I was tired. Everyone was. But we pushed each other. We said, we're going to do this. We're going to get it done. And basically, we made it to the office. It was dark. So already we had no light behind us that was working against us. That was bad. But none of our equipment worked. In fact, our equipment just stopped working and broke. So we were like, all right, we're going to wing it. We're just going to film. We're going to attach one of the microphones to the phone and see what happens. And it was another disaster. So, yeah, it seems like,
what's happening?
I don't know. I don't know. Like, it's like that saying, like, you can prepare as much as you want. You can make sure everything is supposed to be working. But if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be.
We try, though.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
They say, like, make a plan and watch God laugh or something. What's that saying? Like when you make a plan and it just doesn't work out. Like,
I haven't heard the laugh one, though.
No, me neither. No.
I heard it. You can plan as much as you want.
Yeah.
That is the ultimate plan.
Yes,
that is it.
That's good.
Yeah.
But it was that faulty wire.
We looked for the new wire everywhere, remember? We looked everywhere. Everywhere. We tore the back around. I found a new one. We attached it. Anyways, we returned the old one and I actually returned it.
Perfect job.
We got a new one. So we're back here. Episode 3. Which is still, I feel like that's 3 episodes
for January. Well, January.
No, we started late December.
Late December. Okay, so it's been, can we say it's our 1-month anniversary?
It's about a 1-month anniversary. We could kind of say that.
Happy anniversary.
There you go.
Okay, we'll have to go back and figure out the exact date, but it is 1 month since we aired. And we have 2 podcasts out, so it's not the worst thing, right?
No.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's a lot of stuff we can talk about today. There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Is there anybody that wants to start? Is there anyone that, has something a little bit more fresh that they want to get off of?
Start positive and tell us about Mexico, where the sun was.
Yeah. Let's start positive.
Yes.
So I had my mother-in-law from Brazil, and I guess sometimes opportunities arise or you get the chance to kind of get away. My business partner moved to Mexico feels like 7 years ago.
Wow.
And never came back. I don't blame him. It's amazing.
Wow.
I love Mexico.
Well, you were just there, so
like, absolutely amazing. His mom did the same thing. His dad did the same thing. They all live there. They're permanent residents now. And basically, I had an opportunity to say, hey, let me go spend a week with them, do a little bit of business bonding, which I think that's really important.
That's a good line, business bonding.
Yeah. And I've always watched company retreats and I've always not really understood what was going on there.
Yeah.
Well, we did a company retreat, just the 2 of us. Like, we did excursions, we did biking. We did a 34-kilometer bike ride, which was incredible. We did an excursion where we took a boat ride to another island and did some snorkeling. We had dinners. We worked. I'd say we did 50 to 20 hours of work while I was there, which is still a lot.
That's a lot.
It's still a lot.
I got at least 2 hours a day.
4 hours a day.
4 hours a day.
Did a lot of boring stuff, but it had stuff that needed to get done that you kind of needed your partner there for.
Right.
I got the bond with his dad, Jim. Jim is an incredible human being, and he made me laugh the entire time.
And that's so good that he has his dad there. And he's like,
his dad was hilarious. So I'll try to superimpose a picture for you guys to see. But while we were in Mexico, we got to go to this like mansion Coliseum building. Apparently, the mayor of that town, we went to Zihuatanejo. So that's kind of I've never seen it very nice. But
yeah,
Pacific side.
I've actually heard of it.
It's on the Pacific side. So most people go to like Cancun on the other side. So
it's not like some real Mexico.
Yeah. And it was in a bay. The water was incredible. Anyways, all in all, the location was great. So this town had a mayor, and the mayor used to take money from everybody. And he built a mansion on top of a mountain. So my business partner's like, oh yeah, we're gonna go check out this art museum or something. Completely downplays it.
Oh,
I walk there and you know how we are. We're like overexcited. We're all like, oh my God, where am I? What is this?
Like Sultana said, exaggerated. So not even. We're just excited.
I'm gonna put some pictures. You'll see it. Like, at one point, you think like you're in the south of France or something, or you're like in Crete, or you're in Greece. Like, I got a picture of this massive building. These coliseums. They built an amphitheater and a little cafe. So we went there, but it was absolutely beautiful. But all in all, just to end the story, I realized how important it is for business partners to get away, to spend time with each other. One thing that was really incredible is how alcohol wasn't the factor of our trip.
Yeah.
that's good.
You know, I was up every day at, let's say, about 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
I got to go for my runs on the beach. I never felt like I missed out on anything. I never felt like I missed it there. It was
nature and good weather.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, amazing, incredible.
Yeah.
You know, just before I left, I was holding like 1,000 bags in my hand.
Wow.
And I'm leaving the office and I'm holding boxes and I'm like, this is my life right now. Like every day it's like that.
It's like,
I'm going somewhere with the kids. I got 1,000 things in my hand. I'm always like running around, and just to be able to just go to bed alone by myself. So when I go to sleep at night, I have a king size bed, and this is the little area where I sleep.
a little amount
And
of
we have Aiden. No, we have Ariana. We have
Oh.
Aiden, and then we have my wife, right? So all four of us are there. But I have like this time. Like sometimes I have such small space that I feel like I'm just gonna fall off the bed.
I remember that.
but
Like,
that's not good to sleep like that because your body is in a
flight or fight mode.
Exactly. Yes, your body's in a mode where you're like trying to avoid falling off the bed and not touching anyone or waking anyone up.
Mm.
So your body's not relaxed.
Not at all.
So you're sleeping rigid, which is not good.
No, you're probably
Sleep is
you're probably
refresh
totally right on that
us
one.
to wake us up.
No, you're probably totally right on that one. So just get into bed and it's just all to myself. Every night I just fell asleep just right away though.
Oh,
That was the weirdest part. That was the weirdest part. I was like, maybe I'm gonna get like some anxiety. I won't be able to sleep alone. I won't be able to fall asleep. No, I'm just passed out full alcohol.
Did you end up crying? I remember I told you the first time you leave your kids, it might be tough. You might.
No, I think like I've done a lot of traveling. I've been around. I think knowing that my mother-in-law was there,
Just support.
you know, I think knowing that the support was there, knowing that I was just going for a couple of days.
Yeah, my wife was alone.
And it was more of like, you know, if I had any like stress or anxiety, it was more of like, well, what's going to happen around the world? You know, is Trump going to do something?
Yeah.
You know, it is like, you know, something crazy.
Well, how about they're leaving
Over them.
Got it. So your concern was more related to like, will you get home safely to be back with your family?
That's exactly what it was.
And
Yes, because at the time that you were there, they found, I don't want to talk about something negative about the news, but they found 5 severed heads on the where in Mexico.
oh my
Yes. I didn't even hear about that.
I hear that.
Yes.
So yeah, everything with Venezuela and everything with going on with ICE, just all that stuff around.
Yes, we're old.
You never know. You go on vacation and then you can't find your way back home.
Yes,
Closed
there's
borders.
Is that fear?
I don't know. So luckily,
Or at the airport, a lot of people couldn't get home. We heard about all those things happening.
really,
Yes. Wow.
no, I think what helped me as well is knowing that I booked the flight skipping the States.
Oh,
I didn't have any stop offs, so I just went from Montreal to Mexico City, from Mexico City to my destination, and then on the way back, I went from there straight to Toronto home.
That's it. Because you didn't. Okay.
stop.
But
Italy.
when you got to Mexico, you said you had to take another little plane. Where was that?
Yeah, from Mexico City to Zihuatanejo.
Why? Because it's an island?
No, because it's a Pacific side. They didn't have any direct flights. So the date that I was leaving, that's what was available.
So, you know,
We got airplane points. We had airplane points. So we mixed a little bit of both of them and we found our way there and back.
that's
How long was that flight from? How long?
Well, on the way back, it was actually really short. What was it? A 4.5 hour flight to Toronto, which was not bad.
right.
Like,
And then a 1 hour and like 15-minute flight from Toronto to Montreal.
Yes.
So the whole thing was not, the whole thing was not bad at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Good.
And what are the odds that your mother-in-law flew out on the same day?
I know. I had the hand before I left.
And my kid's dad flew in on that day too. So the 3 people in our family
We're all
Fridays,
same day.
like really close family members, all flew in or flew out on the same day. The odds.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What is coincidence?
We were at airports back and forth, and Syra came over. She hung out with me with the kids while she waited for you.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, because she had to drop her mom at the airport and then wait 3 hours for you to land.
Yeah.
So imagine, crazy. When I thought about that, I was like, that's a little coincidental.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of airport action.
The trip itself didn't feel like it was like it felt like I was there for the right amount of time.
Oh, gosh.
Didn't feel like I was too fast. They didn't go by too fast. They didn't go by too slow. I think because we had like some decent activities going on, we knew what we were doing.
Yeah.
It was just a little bit odd. Sometimes you're all by yourself because my partner had his own apartment.
And I don't know what to do.
I'm at this. It's not an all-inclusive, but it is still kind of a resort. But I'm there by myself.
I know.
So you really get some sort of kind of different kind of freedom that you're not used to for a very long time.
And did you make your own food?
So, good question. Every day, what I did is I cooked myself breakfast just because it's so.
Oh, why not?
Make eggs, sandwich, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then usually we just did dinner. I bought a lot of fruits. But they did have the best French toast I've ever had in my life.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
So I had to order it twice.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why we
Spoil yourself a little bit.
made everything. A lot of fish, a lot of pizza, everything. Everything was amazing.
That's amazing.
Yep. All in all, great trip.
Good weather.
Good energy. Good. I mean,
Oh,
to explain to you guys, it was nice to just get a break in life, and sometimes you need that.
That made us happy.
yeah.
That you got, because you work really hard and you're a really good dad. You're a good
Hands-on.
you're a good brother. You're a good son. And you take care of a lot of things. And the thing is like you said,
You needed this. I feel like you needed a little break. What a great way to start the new year.
like a good analogy.
Yeah.
Beginning when you said, when you started by saying, when you leave places, you're carrying a million things.
Yeah.
I think that you're trying to say also like it's heavy mentally, emotionally.
Like now, do you feel like a weight has been lifted off your shoulders?
By getting to
Definitely feels lighter. It was tough because I came back to my wife being bedridden for like 2 days.
yeah,
Like you're kind of just like,
Oh,
but you know what? At the same time, that's the reality of life.
that is
and now she got
I
sick.
had time. I had my place, and I came back, and I had to go back into 110%.
yes, exactly. There was no
And there was nothing.
It was 0 to
There
100.
It was just 0 to it. It was 100 to 0 to 100.
I know.
That's exactly what it was. The fact that I had that at 0 just kind of helped. So yeah, I feel much better, and I think it also just kind of encouraged me or kind of like boosted me. I don't want to call it a reward because that's kind of the wrong word, but it was kind of like a rest, it was kind of like a rest or kind of like a reminder of why we work so hard, why we do everything we do, not necessarily to go on vacation, but while you're on vacation, you're realizing the life you live while you're not on vacation.
Wait a minute. That is a nice way to look
You know
at
what I
it.
mean? Then you're just like,
Because you're not escaping to the vacation.
I wasn't escaping.
No, you're taking the time while you're away to
appreciate it
and grateful.
general.
Ah, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that.
And that's kind of like a little bit like philosophical. And you were mentioning something about the penguin.
Yes.
Yeah. So trying to take over now.
I want to hear about this because it falls in line a little bit with where you're going in terms of like life and like, how we deal with things and how it's up and down. And
So it's like, wait, come on, grab your phone, read it from your phone.
No, like
Just a little bit of
2007,
Okay.
yeah,
there was this documentary.
yeah.
And basically, penguins stick together in their colony.
Yeah.
And they're walking, and this one penguin stood out and just left his colony and headed towards the mountains. This 70-kilometer walk that this penguin just towards the mountain where there's no water, no food, and basically, it's saying that like in this world, what's going on in the world today, it's so sad that,
He went away from that.
He went away from his colony, which is not normal. Penguins don't do that.
And how did he go do? Like he went.
Well, he went to basically die. And
I think we have to say unalive.
unalive.
That's where you gotta say on YouTube. I'm not sure, but
He passed.
And it became this trending thing right now all over TikTok and Instagram.
And social media.
And yes, exactly.
Talking about it. And they're trying to say that he was going against nature or something.
Yes, because
going against.
they didn't understand what was happening because, like I said before, penguins really stick together. So, like,
It was out of
everyone's saying there's some sort of meaning, maybe the breeding of this animal, something went wrong or different, but they're also trying to compare it to also, we are alone. We are all alone when you think about it. We have family, we have kids, we have brothers, sisters, but at the end of the day, we are alone. And
you open your eyes and you close your eyes.
yes, that's
Yeah.
right. And
come into the world alone and leave this world alone.
Yeah.
so this penguin maybe didn't want to unalive in front of his colony, and he went and headed towards the mountain and
Yeah.
passed. So
Yeah. No, that's so interesting. There's so many things happening in the world nowadays that are like very relevant to like things that we're living, like the day to day, the things that happen, the things that we go through, and we try to find like reasoning behind it,
Yeah.
logic. Why did this happen? And at the end of the day, it's a lot of the balance, because when I hear stories like this about the penguin or stories about, you sharing your trip and stuff like that, it helps us see a little bit the two sides of the balance of things happening in the universe or things that happen to us as parents or people. So that's kind of like,
also, like, this is a new year, and you came to my house the other day and you noticed that I'm more calm with the kids.
yeah,
Because, like, we're usually
a little bit more.
high strung, and when the kids ask me for something, I'll be like, oh, it's over there. And it's all about your tone. And
I noticed it.
she noticed that
There's improvement.
there's improvement, and I'm really trying to make these changes in the new year because life is short.
Yeah.
And like, why be in this, like,
Well,
why let things get to us when you can just handle it more calmly?
the fact that you're just thinking about that
Right.
and being conscious of it,
Yes.
I think that speaks volumes.
Yes.
It does. And I think that's why we have each other to kind of like shoot the stuff with. I don't want to say the other word, but I don't know what's, filtered on YouTube or whatever.
This is Unfiltered Energy. Shoot the shit.
We want it. Yeah. Like,
I think shit is okay.
Yeah.
I think it's just the unalive word.
Yeah.
oh, okay. So the thing is, like, we are lucky to have one another that we can shoot the shit. We
Yeah.
can talk about these things because life is heavy.
It is.
And you know what I realized? Life is not meant to be easy. It's not supposed to be easy.
It's not.
The minute you think, why is my life not easy?
Yeah.
That's where you think it's difficult. But
How you
actually,
deal with it.
exactly.
100%.
Life is hard.
I'm going to give you an example.
Tell
So when your car broke down,
Oh, yeah.
look, we're going to talk about
Yeah.
Talk about it. Your car broke down.
Yes, it is.
When I was talking to you over the phone, you did something I really appreciated. And I think when you and I sometimes have like,
What'd you do?
you and I have like these crazy deep conversations where at 8 a.m, where I'm trying to work on character, personality, how we take things. And I think those are conversations that sometimes we avoid as human beings. We don't want to get deep on that level for whatever reason. We build this barrier.
You're right.
And I like the fact that now we can start having those conversations like a couple of times in the last month.
Not more.
Even in the car, we had that like crazy deep conversation, remember?
Yeah.
So what was the first thing I said to you? I said, Aishah, your car broke down.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want you to go down
The spiral.
a big speech.
Yeah.
I'm going to lend you my second car.
Correct.
And you're just going to say yes. And what did you say?
Okay.
You said, okay.
I took a deep breath and I said, okay.
That's growth, girl.
Okay.
So especially coming from you.
Yes, because you never want to accept any of our help.
You still don't.
Yes.
It's okay.
And you
I do.
stop.
But I feel like you're getting there.
Yeah, I think it's my personality with regards to a lot of things that fall into line with my character and stuff that I want to help everybody.
Yeah.
I'm a people pleaser. I can give like an extra gift and really not think twice if you get me just a tiny candle. I'll never go like, this candle from that she bought me, like, how much did she pay for it? Like, my brain doesn't, it's just like, oh my God, thanks for the candle. I'm just so happy. But like, I will want to always put my best foot forward, and I will always want to give the best thing, which it can be good and it can be bad, because the thing is that by doing that, I don't know how to accept help. You know what I mean?
You don't.
I want to give help. Hey, I'll watch all three of your kids, drop them off, do this. Oh, you know what? Like, I can pick you up, or I can. But when it comes to me, I will find every solution possible to do it where it doesn't affect anybody else.
But I think you're overthinking.
I am.
You are. She's an overthinker. We all know that.
Imagine
It's an issue.
what you're feeling inside, deep down inside, when that's happening. Because as siblings, as friends, sometimes we want to be there for each other. Sometimes we want to just tell the other person, hey, I got you.
I don't know that feeling.
That's why when you came over, I made you a coffee. I sat you down. I was calm, and
I did not to cry.
and I actually wanted to cry. I wanted to just.
I was defeated.
I gave you a hug.
Yeah,
The minute you walked in, did you notice that? Do you remember that?
you did.
A hug makes a person feel better. I love
A hug is a big.
it's
It is a big deal.
really.
But in line with everything that we were saying, like feeling defeated and like life, back to what I said about what we were talking about, that I feel like now I need to change my mindset that life is not supposed to be easy. So I was telling you guys, it wasn't just about the car. I have a washing machine that recently broke.
Yeah.
So all throughout the holidays, no washing machine for kids. Okay. Then I went, yes, I did. Did I go and do the whole thing to get it? But the delivery's only coming Friday. There was, when I went to buy it, there was a 1 month delay.
2 months with no washing.
And
I don't know how.
I know. And I was choosing washing machines. I'm like, no, that'll be in March. That'll be in. I'm like, what the heck? What do you have in stock right now? And he's like, I have this coming in at the end of January. So the problem is not that I went to buy it. It's the delivery of the product, the date, and all of that. So anyways, no laundry. And then, of course, the issue with regards to toilet. Like, I got to wear like my toilet. I just want to swap it. So I got to do that. And then the other thing is the car, which is not a luxury. It's my livelihood.
Yeah.
To pick up basic daily tasks.
Right.
Pick up your kids, drop them to school, get your butt to work so that you can make the money to pay for the house and the car and the kids and the this. And so my car is very important in my life.
Of course.
And the minute you lose your car, for now it's been over a week that I've lost it, you're really vulnerable and you are trapped, untrapped. So Kareem, you offered the car, and that was very pivotal, because right when you get back, you flew in on Saturday, and then on Sunday you called me and you made that phone call and you said, you gave me that little 2-minute speech, and you're like, you're not going to say anything, you're just going to take my car. And of course, there's a lot of things that go through my head. I'm feeling guilty. What if you have a wife, you have kids, you need 2 cars. What if she has to run out? What if you run out of milk? Like, these are what goes through.
Once again, you're overthinking, taking over you.
It's okay to have these feelings and thoughts to a certain degree.
I know.
But at the same time, as long as you're letting yourself breathe and be like,
And I did.
I'm okay.
I did. Because I said,
Right?
okay. And since then, I've been driving your car. But do you want to hear a little bit about the Canadian Tire story? Do we have a few minutes for this?
I think
Yes.
everyone would appreciate
Okay. Are you guys ready?
Go into story mode.
Okay. And so I basically went for an oil change on December 2nd at Canadian Tire. I've been doing my servicing with Canadian Tire Discount Brossard
Very loyal.
for 18 months.
Very loyal.
Why?
Very low. 18 months.
No, it is very loyal. All servicing there.
Oh,
All servicing.
okay.
No mixing.
Well, she bought tires. She changed her tires.
I did my grades. I did a huge repair
I'm pretty loyal.
on my ball joints and everything.
I never had any issues.
Well, no, I mean, like, I just did a lot of servicing there.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And the reason I stopped going to Volkswagen is my guarantee ended, my extended warranty that I had with them. And I needed winter tires. Volkswagen said, you need winter tires? We're not going to keep your tires anymore because they're bald. And then that's what led me to Canadian Tire. That's how my foot got in that door.
Yeah.
They had a sale. It was like, like a Black Friday sale.
Plus, they have that card that you can.
Oh, the Triangle MasterCard, which is amazing because you can break up your payments interest free, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, like where can you do that? So that's great for like a mom like me, a single mom like me, where like you spend $2,000 on a servicing to break it up in 12 or 24 months in just house.
Definitely, especially in today's world, this economy, everything's
I started with the tires, everything, whatever Canadian Tire told me to do in terms of servicing, I followed their protocol. You know, when they scare the little woman and say, well, if you do this, this could happen, or you could damage that, or you could, I'm the woman that, okay, well, hold on, let me think about it. I freak out, I get paranoid, then I do the math, I try to see, okay, well, what are the pricings at other garages, and then I decide to do it, and I tell them to go ahead, and I follow their guidance, because I'm not a mechanic.
Got it.
In life, you got to use people for their traits and for their experiences.
I agree.
So at this point, so I did my routine oil change on December 2nd, along with the tire change. And I asked them, check a few things in my car, windshield fluid, put a battery in my little remote there. All these things were listed. Check the coolant, check all that stuff, just so to make sure I'm good for the holidays.
Yeah.
During the holidays, shortly after my oil change, within a month and a week of the oil change, the oil light comes on, and then I get an EPC engine 3,000 RPM.
That's pretty serious.
Error message on my phone. Now, the EPC error max message comes on the Saturday. Okay. On the Sunday, I go and check the oil, because I'm like, the oil just went on, the oil light and the EPC light is on.
You just did the oil.
And I just did the oil. So of course I'm not thinking I don't have oil. I just did an oil change a month before. And not only that, all the lights go on after Canadian Tire servicing.
Oh my gosh.
You go and change your tires, you have low tire pressure, check your tire pressure. And then everything turns on. And every time I go back to Canadian Tire, and I'm like, I just drove off. This is good. They're like, relax, ma'am. Don't worry. It just didn't store your tires.
Drive
until it automatically did it, and it just went on. It's normal. These lights go on. We just did the service. We checked but are my tires deflating? Is something happening? I don't feel safe. And they're like, no. They're always calming me down, like as if I'm a crazy woman.
Okay.
Okay, that's my feeling. And that's what I do when I go to Canadian Tire. I'm a mess because I want to drive a safe car.
Of course.
And 4 children. 4 children. And I don't want to get paranoid on that road.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that day, I go and I book an appointment Monday morning to go to Canadian Tire. I go see them. They confirm there's no oil in the car.
There's no oil in your car
whatsoever. No oil. No oil.
Oh my God.
I'm like, where's the oil, Canadian Tire? Where is the oil? Okay.
Oh, must have been a leak.
Who knows? They tell me I have to do another oil change.
There's no leak.
I'm like, what do you mean?
There's nothing under your car.
Well, did you hear a sound? Did you? No sound, no smoke, no nothing. EPC light came on Saturday, and it's Monday morning, and I'm here.
Really?
Okay. They do the oil change, and they tell me, well, if it's an EPC error issue, it's Volkswagen or your dealership. There's nothing we can do for you. Now, I'm at a standstill because I'm like panicking. I'm ChatGPTing everything, and it's not looking good. EPC engine.
Well, that ChatGPT.
Love that ChatGPT.
You gotta love it.
Honestly, I'm running things all through ChatGPT. I'm like, the case scenarios, I'm putting in the timelines, I'm putting what happened, the driving, everything. Anyways, long story short, they push me into another oil change, which obviously, if there's no oil, that part is logical. Do another oil change. They do another.
Tell me they didn't charge you.
They charged me.
What? I would not have allowed that to happen.
Well, you still have to pay.
There was no oil in your car.
There was no oil in my car.
But that doesn't make sense.
Two things together.
Agreed.
It made me know.
What I think is they didn't put the oil in
your car.
Yeah.
There was no oil. You drove that car
for a month.
Yeah. And obviously you can't drive a car without oil.
Right.
So that could be one scenario. The other issue was that I specifically told them I just did the oil change on the 2nd. If there's no, so they give me a report with a bill, and I write on their bill, on their copy, that I refused the payment, but I still paid it.
Yeah.
That I'm not in accordance with this payment.
Got it.
Smart.
And I said,
Protected yourself.
I protected myself saying like, I paid for the oil. The oil's supposed to last 7,000 kilometers. If it did not last, it's like Costco. You go buy something at Costco, which I love Costco because they have an insane, very return policy. Accountability they take, and they don't make you feel alone and question you like as if you did something wrong.
Yeah.
That's how I felt.
But they don't take it so personally.
Yeah. No accountability, no support, no help. They were actually pretty rude and cold, to be honest with you. And they just pushed me off to the deal.
I'm sorry you went through that.
It was very unfortunate.
I'm sorry.
So they did the oil change, charged me for the oil change. And on my oil change bill, it says, check filter okay. Put in oil and reset EPC light. And then I said, well, what do I do? What do I do? And I was panicking. I was really stressed out. They're like, okay, well, let's set an appointment in a week from now and we'll see how the oil is in a week from now. And I said, what do I do about the engine light? They're like, well, we reset it, but it's not us. Anything engine related, go to your dealer.
Okay.
I'm like, but my dealer, you've never told me to go to my dealer before. I've done all my servicing here. I understand that it's an engine issue, but where's the oil? Like, what happened? Oh, we don't have the diagnostic guy here. You don't have a diagnostic guy here? Why not? Don't you need to run diagnostics to do basic mechanics on the car?
Right.
Oh, he doesn't work on Mondays. No solution. Hey, ma'am, you know what?
Or I find another place.
Come back
It's another
tomorrow.
location. There's loads of Canadian Tires.
Let me help.
Go the extra mile.
Support. No support whatsoever. And I walk out of there feeling completely, utterly alone, distraught,
Wow.
mentally, physically. I know what's about to come.
Exhausted, financially exhausted.
Financially, I'm like, I know what's about to come because ChatGPT's already told me the entire what's going to happen, and it exactly went in that direction. So now I'm in the middle of an escalation with Canadian Tire.
I hope they do the right thing.
I hope they do the right
Do the right thing, Canadian Tire.
That's what the reviews on the Canadian Tire
I saw. I went and looked.
are horrific.
And anybody I've told this story about what has happened to this week, and I said Canadian Tire,
Yeah.
at least 4 different people all had bad experiences with Canadian Tire.
Things happen. People make mistakes.
Yes.
People can forget to put oil. Take accountability. Do the right thing. Do the
And
right
I'd like
thing.
to actually hear comments from
Yes, I've
anybody in this podcast. Yeah. It would help me. It would help me if you could share anything related to an experience specifically with Canadian Tire.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like Kareem said, mistakes can happen. You're not perfect. You run a business, cell phone lines. It can be any line of work. I'm in aesthetics.
Absolutely.
I could possibly, cause an issue on my end. The fact is, we have insurance. The fact is, companies are protected.
But people take things personally.
And people take things personally.
Right.
Why not provide me with support, investigate, and instead of making me feel abandoned, provide me with the support I need. I haven't had a car, guys, in a week and a half. I have no car. My car remains on Volkswagen, and I'm in litigation right now, like with upper management,
Because they don't know.
Canadian Tire, asking for an investigation. Like you said, check the cameras, check to see, was the oil change done?
I don't think it was done because,
Guess what? I just read a review a few days ago. A guy went to Canadian Tire at that location.
right?
They forgot to screw on the filter of the panel oil. So guess what happened? He lost all his oil, and now, and they did a tire change or something, or fixed the tire. The lug fell off the car, guys. And now he has damages on his car, and he has to take his car to another garage because they forgot to screw in the oil.
They didn't admit their mistake and fix it.
So, like I said, I just read this review.
Oh, my
I'm on top of reading reviews right now. I'm tired. So, unfortunately, this is what I'm living right now. It's a lot of stress, and car issues are stressful for everybody. It's like problems in your house too, anything related to your home.
So it definitely sounds like you're dealing. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on
because Volkswagen has just confirmed it was engine. I have to replace the engine.
Because they found metal in it,
They
right?
found metal particles in the oil.
What's going to happen if you drive a car for a month with no oil in it?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
And not only that, what happened with the oil change, or was there negligence? Did something fall? Did something, who knows what
Things are going to break up inside if there's no oil, and metal will.
And again, my issue is not that if there was a mistake, I'm okay with the human error side of things in life.
Just make it right.
Just make it right.
Make it right.
Canadian Tire, I really hope you make it right.
Mhm.
And honestly, if anyone can share stories, because I like you, 4, 5, 6 people came to me. Every person I mentioned the word
Canadian Tire, yeah.
had a story to tell me.
Yes.
And it was not good. What does that say?
And sad.
Yeah, and it is, and it should be a trustworthy place.
It should.
Especially for basic car maintenance,
At least the battery oil will change.
and a tire change.
At least.
Yeah. So I'm a little disappointed. I'm waiting right now.
I hope everything's works
I'm in
out.
this situation right now. I need a complete engine replacement, whether it's a used engine or whatever the case is. This mama needs a car. I need to get around. I need my independence with my kids. I don't want to feel like I have to. I've already incurred costs above $500
Wow.
since this all happened.
So long.
Used to your 7-seater,
I have a 7-seater
and now you're in this tiny little Honda Civic.
2-door Honda Civic, which I'm so grateful.
Yeah, and it's very nice.
Yeah, my wife right away was just like,
But that's the thing with issues. And it's funny because I spoke to the claims manager, at the head office, and he cut me off while I was storing. And maybe I was a little long-winded, yes, but I hadn't had the outlet yet to go and let out all my
So that was
emotions.
your time to really let.
So that was my time to just show him that, okay, and he cut the emotion right out of me.
Wow.
Literally cut me right in the middle and said, "We're getting off topic. I don't need to hear all this. Like, let's get back and talk about the topic." And I'm like, I am. That's my whole purpose, is to show you
I get it.
that I'm a loyal customer and I'm lost and like I didn't feel supported.
Yeah.
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 And in life,
Taking into consideration what you went through, I think it's valid for you to feel like that way. Look, I have a company, and sometimes people call me, and they go on tangents.
Oh,
you know? So sometimes it's not that I have to cut them off. I have to first let them know, not like you feel hurt. I got you. I'm gonna fix it. And I'm gonna get back.
I didn't get that.
So if I do cut people off, it's because I want to save them from having to do that. Sometimes people call me up. They're like, "Kareem, can't make the payment right now," and then they start talking about their whole entire personal life, and I just tell them, I'm just gonna use a fake name. I'm gonna just say, "Carol, don't worry, I got you. You don't have to do that." She goes, "What do you mean I don't have to do that?" I'm like, you don't have to tell me the whole story.
Right.
Whatever you're going through, whatever is happening, it's all right. When can you make the payment? I can make it on the 28th. Perfect. I'm gonna put a note in the system, and we're going to take the payment on the 20th. Is there anything else I can do for you?
But that is support.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
I think there's a time and place. I think there's a time and place where you can't cut people off, and there's like a reason behind it.
Why is it
You obviously were going through something, and I think he should have offered you that grace and that outlet and that time to be able to do that.
He really did it.
Look, we're sorry you went through that.
Yeah.
It's very sad. And that's the thing. You're a business owner. We worked in customer service our whole life.
Yeah.
We did, even as estheticians right now. We are estheticians. We're still dealing with the day-to-day of clients. And if we're not going to at least listen and say, we're gonna get an answer. We're gonna figure this out.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it together. Whatever the outcome
Use a
is.
couple of words, something to reassure
Of course.
Yeah.
or at least say, look,
Be there.
you know, like whether or not we're there to make it right or wrong, we'll get a decision,
Absolutely.
you know?
Like, what happens to you at the salon in your experience when you have a dissatisfied client? Like, the first
Calm them down.
listen to them.
Listen.
Yeah.
You take them away from everybody, and you just like, what's going on? Like, what's happening? Okay, you're not happy with this. Okay, we will fix it. We will, you be understanding. You listen to the client. You let them be heard, and you
Find a solution.
Find a solution. So I guess I do every day.
No, it's really important in life to...
Just a reminder, just like the penguin,
You're handling you're handling it well. We're very proud of you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
things
You have
get
you have your mom to help with the laundry. You got a car. You got
No,
all of us.
it's a car that I got.
don't think about that. It happens. Maybe something
never
better
tried
will
it
come along.
I might never drive that car again. Who knows? It breaks my heart because there's so much, like,
It's just a car.
and I'm hard.
Just remember, it's just a car.
I don't, but I worked hard for that car.
No, we know you
You
guys.
guys know how I had to or fight way back though to get there. For me,
Remember what I was telling you that day? I said, look, there's perspectives on how we look at things sometimes.
right.
And I had said something to the effect, I had said, like, look, maybe you having that car for that week for whatever reason might have resulted in a different outcome for something.
True.
Sometimes things happen, and I don't want to necessarily say negative. It's not everything's depressing and negative and bad, but certain outcomes in life happen, not like sometimes they happen in order to save us from something else.
Oh, wow.
You know, it's not, it's,
You told me that, and that gave me a lot of comfort.
yeah. So, yeah, your car's gone.
You know how we're always happy when something good happens?
Yeah.
When something bad happens, also just
How can we look at it?
so now
Not necessarily on such a positive way because it's something bad that happened,
Right.
but in a way of what's my lesson? What am I learning? What am I supposed to learn from this? Is it patience? Is it my understanding that I have these things in my life and sometimes I don't think about them? Kind of like when you get sick. Like right now we're all healthy.
You're so right.
Right now we're all healthy.
no one thinks that, bro.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Everybody's healthy right now. Right. Second you get sick, you forget, like, how was life when I was healthy? It's crazy. You're late. Like, I got a little cut over here. Okay.
Let's see it.
I was taking the
Those are bad though.
I have a shaver where there's a blade that physically goes inside.
Yeah.
So to take the blade out, I kind of went like this and I cut my whole finger open. And for like a week, I couldn't type.
I know it's a hassle.
I was at the gym. I had
Look
the,
what I have. Me too.
No, but
It's
he's
FEMA.
right. He's right. This it sidetracks your whole.
it just sidetracks everything. Or like,
Did that happen to you guys? Oh yeah.
you know, it sidetracks everything. So like it's like sometimes like we're being forced to appreciate things. It's not to say that we're not. It's just that we're not even thinking about them.
Yeah. And remember, we all have problems. We have to stop thinking about them and just constantly live in the appreciation mode. Like just if you're always constantly being thankful and grateful and being appreciative and stop thinking about your problems, trust me, life will be better.
Well, it has been better from your like direction of pushing me. I used to be a Debbie Downer. In a sense, like other people, but when I go home at night, like I'm like
Yeah.
dark a little bit because I'm like, why me? You know, I
Don't whine.
I look you live in Debbie Downer, so now I feel like you're getting away from that a lot.
I am.
Yes.
I'm not the why me. It's been years.
Yeah.
But I went from like why me this level
Yeah.
to now I'm like why me here, you know?
That's
Whereas Sultana's never why me. She's just like, but everybody is different. Fair enough. There has been a gradual, definite increase in, I would say, amélioration. Like I got a lot better with it. But the thing is that I agree with you guys for sure. There's a lesson somewhere.
Yeah.
And I can't just run away from this saying, like, yes, there's a reason everything happens. And that's why, to go back to how I started a little bit earlier today, the fact of the matter is life is meant to be difficult.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Can't be happy all the time. People think we need to be happy all the time. It doesn't work like that.
And it is winter.
It's basically our reactions to life.
And
It's I was listening, not to get too preachy, but I was listening to my preacher the other day, and he basically was saying every day we need to take a little bit of time to just verbally be thankful for the things that we have. Just take that little bit of time to just go over some of the things. You know, so me and my wife, we try to end our night with a little bit of a prayer,
Right.
You know,
yeah.
and I try to talk about the day in my prayer, and I try, you know, like, thank you for this, thank you for that. If I saw you guys that day, we'll do a prayer for you guys. And something Nana, we do a little prayer for Nana, and
like
we
that.
try to end the day with a recap of how our day went. And then I like to start my day with a understanding that, you know, I can't control what's going to happen throughout the day, but I'm grateful for the day. I'm grateful that I have that day, that day even exists, you know? So and that's what he was saying. He was basically just saying, are we taking the time to acknowledge to ourselves, our pain and our suffering, what we're going through,
Because
acknowledging that at the end of the day, we are alone, and the only one that can really help us is our creator.
is God, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then at the end of the day, you know, showing some sort of appreciation. I'm still here.
I have a health, and that's what my dinner was like. I looked, I could have gone into a car accident. Yeah. The car is not working.
Yeah.
But I'm working.
Yeah. And we don't have to go so to the other side. We're like too like,
Yeah.
you know, like I'm gonna die. Like we don't.
Yeah. No. Just like,
I really think life for me now in my 40s is coming down to what's my reaction. How am I reacting to everything around me? Am I getting over emotional? Am I getting over mad? Sometimes people piss me off. And then I lose my cool.
yeah.
And then I'm like, I lost my cool. I shouldn't have, like, I went a little bit too far. Like,
Yes.
I let that guy get to me.
Yeah. That
I was like, damn, like, that's my character. That's my values that I have.
I've never done that.
I thought that a man I want to be.
oh, wow.
You know?
But we all have our moments.
No, we have our moments, but again, it's how do we get to a point where we're, you know, more honest with ourselves, where we start catching ourselves with certain things and say, you know what, that's not who I want to be. That's not how I want to react. And I think with time, like you, like myself,
Wow.
I think all of us individually and collectively have found a way to kind of like move forward
Navigate
and navigate that.
in a positive, healthy way,
Good word, yeah.
somewhat.
How are your resolutions, by the way?
I
I know we didn't really
think
make
that-
any, but we talked about doing better in 2026 and
Well, look, my trip to Mexico was definitely a great way to start the year.
Absolutely. And I find I'm dealing with all these negative things in a more
positive way. Good.
Okay. So despite my, feeling like a little bit vulnerable right now, I am trying to, you know what I mean? Like manage how I react, like you said, the things that are happening. So I feel like that direction is me kind of like starting the year off in a better way because I'm trying to handle.
Even though it started off kind of crappy,
It's happened it's
one thing out. Yes.
I think Sultana's helped us out with that.
You are always that person. Everybody knows that about you.
You know, like, you can go to Sultana with something and then she's just like, don't worry, everything's going to be okay.
Exactly. I am that person. I don't want to be that person as the older sister.
But we all have a role in families, right?
Yeah.
And
I try to think a little bit, not all of that, because sometimes for me, it's just like, that's too much.
yeah.
You know?
And I can't even chew on
And I take a little bit of,
And I'm too serious.
like, okay, a little too much.
I'm trying to funny saying,
How do I find a balance between my sisters?
There you go. Well, you have it.
yeah. But even with you too, Kareem, like we take like all that and good, like with all of us, we have to in life take the good energies from people.
Yeah.
And
the help.
we're unfiltered energy, right? So the thing is, like, I think why this is helpful for our dynamic is that we do take the good from each other.
Yeah.
And we are learning from each other. And you've taught me a lot over the years since the last, I would say 7-8 years. And you've taught me a lot always. Like, because we're way closer, you know what I mean? Yeah, my best friend. I have the gift of saying my sister's my best friend.
But you've also been a security blanket.
A pivotal sense that everything. It's
Oh, yeah, you're the go-to if we have an issue or problem. You help us resolve it.
To understand resolution, you need to understand our value, you know, because you're heavily valued. And you gotta remember that.
I know
I think that's very important to know that at the end of the day, at the end of the night, when you go to bed at night, it's not just that people rely on you, it's that people value you. Because if you don't feel value, if there's no value
So I do
to yourself.
I do feel
You
that.
feel that, okay.
That's
very important.
do because I genuinely it comes from the heart.
Okay.
And it's sincere.
And it comes down to what is our purpose in life? What is our purpose in life, guys? It is
To be the best we can be.
yes, but also to serve others, to help others.
Yeah.
In a sense where we're here and we're here to help others. That's why me and you became estheticians. We love beauty.
So right.
We want to. I love how women every day look and feel better
themselves. Yeah.
And when you're in on my table and I'm doing your facial, 99% of my clients want to talk with me. They want to talk about their life. They want to unload what's going on.
Wow.
And it's mostly negative, but I try to turn it into a positive. So they are leaving.
They need that. And
they need that. And that's why they come back and they're like, I don't go to therapy. My therapy session is with you.
That's beautiful.
Because I feel great. Because all my negativity, you turned it into a positive.
You get
outcome and I make them feel better.
So we have this saying that says the purpose of life is to worship God. And sometimes people might think that's just, bowing down and literally praying 24/7.
Right.
But it's not. It's exactly what you said. It's serving others. It's how your interactions are. How are you with each other? How are you talking? How are you listening? How are you with your neighbor? That's why they say just a smile is charity.
Yes. Absolutely.
Sometimes they see people, I'm so angry, just smile. And they bright up. I did something funny the other day.
Don't tell us. I love your little stories.
So I was in the car and your daughter's with me.
Oh, which one?
I'm in the car.
Which daughter?
It's not her. And it's
the difference.
I'm dropping her to the REM. Okay. So I get to the light and I look to the side of me and there's this woman driving the car and her husband's decided they got the baby in the back.
Oh, okay.
The husband gets out of the car, says bye to the wife, says a little cutie to the baby. And he walks away, and the woman doesn't even look at him. She looks like she is just at the end of the line. Pissed off, man. I don't know what they were going through.
All right. We don't know what anyone.
I'm watching this, and I'm just like, I look at the man, and he's grabbing. I was like, is it bad to go to work? And I'm just thinking of like myself, and I'm not trying to point at man and just I'm just putting myself in his shoes, and I'm just like, I'm thinking like how hard women work hard.
Yeah,
I'm just in my head
we don't
about what's
men up
going
there enough. Men do work hard. Yeah, I'm not missing of other than that.
The things that I think of, all like whatever's on our side, right?
Yeah,
I'm just looking at her, and then she looks at me, and I go like this. I go.
In front of the
No, I look at her and I'm just like, woman, where's the car? You're mad. I'm like, hey, I had a great day. I love you. Like, what's going on? So I literally look at her.
They were brother and sister.
Brother and sister.
You could say bye.
Right. You could say bye.
This is the woman driving the car. The guy literally is like saying bye to her, bye to the baby, and she doesn't even move. Like nothing, not even an acknowledgement.
Is it possible she didn't see him?
And he's in the front seat. He's in the front seat. Like they're literally sitting in the front seat right beside each other.
I need to know everything.
Yeah. So I look at her and I'm just like,
where's the love?
And she got it right away. Oh, right away. She stops on. She opens her window. She's like, bye, guys. Have a great day. And that's cute. And then was he happy? And then he just looked like he was just like a happy man. I mean, just like jolly and walking about his day. But and sometimes in life, like, and what I appreciated is that, like, she got it.
She did it. I'm just delighted.
She wasn't like, go after your son. She didn't. Literally over. She could have just like completely filled my life. And like the fact that she was just like,
she realized.
Yeah, like sometimes, and you know what? I do this sometimes, or like the other day, I'm gonna go into another talk real quick. I walk into the house and I go to my wife right away. Babe, we're starving. Where's dinner?
Oh, I don't like it. I'm just
yeah. To be honest, like, I thought I was being cheeky. I'm like, but the car comes in, bags are all coming into the house, like the train wreck is.
Tell me the food is being cooked.
I'm just like, I'm not smelling the aroma. So, my wife got so mad. And then I felt like shit after. I felt bad. I do apologize. on the podcast. But I thought about it after, and I was just like, I know that was not the energy I was man.
Yeah.
I love the house. You guys do like kind of like that kind of thing. And here I walk in, just being like, like, where's the food? I'm starving. I'm dying. I need it. No.
No, I get that. Yeah.
So, anyways, it just goes to show that, like, like our interactions with human beings, how we act with each other, how we are with each other, plays at a pivotal moment. Even in even like at my gym, sometimes I talk to people, like, I give them, like, even if it's a couple minutes. Yeah, have a great day.
Yeah.
So, last story, and then I'll let you guys talk. I'm at the gym the other day, and I'm talking to a guy, and he's like, "Hey, how's your day?" And I'm like, amazing. I'm like, you have to start your day great, and whatever happens in the day happens.
Right.
Well, we got to start.
You don't have to unload your problems, which we tend to do.
So this mom is there, and she looks at me. She goes, "Well, yeah, not for me." And I'm like, and then she almost starts bawling and crying. Anyways, later on, her man kind of told me what was going on, but like, I was just like, you know what? Everything's gonna be okay. Everything is gonna work out, or it's gonna be okay. What happened back there? No. They're like, you made it feel like somebody was going to come rushing, like a car was crashing down.
No, I don't know what I was doing. I hit my mic. Sorry, go on.
So she starts getting like super emotional at the gym. Anyways, the guy ends up telling me the backstory behind it. I'm not going to share it because it's just a little bit sad.
Oh, no.
But anyways, I don't know. There was a part of me that just wanted to be like, do you need a hug? Like, do you like, I didn't want to go that far because I thought maybe that's not my kind of space. But I tried to leave her with a couple of nice words. I tried to tell her, look, this is how we started today. She kind of understood a little bit.
Yeah.
So all those little interactions that I've had in the last couple of weeks,
someone's life.
You don't know how much it's changed.
And just like our anger and our unsupportive behavior can also leave someone the other way. So it's very important you say it like that. Try to leave people better than you found them.
Yeah.
But also
try to leave people better than you found them. I like that.
Yeah.
I think that's good.
I heard that from this very smart woman one day, and it stuck with me. I love years ago.
Oh, that's something.
And the other thing is that, like you said, let's try not to add our shit to other people.
Yeah,
because as much as people know
how's your relationship? Great. How was your weekend? Fantastic.
We don't
keep
have to
it positive.
Embellish if we're not okay.
Don't have to overdo it.
But at the same time, like, our behavior, negative, whatever it could be, road rage too, for instance. Someone.
I'm not good.
I know you're not. I don't know. I've heard of you.
And I hear you, and I hear your daughter.
I made my 18-year-old daughter into a road rager. So I'm not really a road rager. I like to talk to everybody when I'm driving.
Yeah. So you're gonna turn, and you're not gonna put your indicator on. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Don't put your indicator on. And so that's what I do. Hey, why did you go walk ahead? But you're being sarcastic with your children. No, I'm talking to the people. Oh, I thought you were talking to your kids in the car. No, I'm narrating. I'm narrating with the other car. Okay. I get a text while you drive. Okay. Head down.
Dual scrolling
while driving. Oh, gonna do your makeup while driving. Basically, my daughter is admitting me now. Oh, okay. She talks while she drives. Shout out to Anissa, my 18-year-old driver. I know, it's amazing. Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah, I think we covered a lot of stuff today.
We talked about penguins.
Yes, we did. We talked about Canadians. Fire.
We talked about Mexico. Yeah. And we talked a lot about what were our purposes, which is unfiltered life, sharing things that tie in. Every story ties into something, right? And I think at the end of the day, that's what we have to leave with. That we do have to stay more positive.
Yeah.
And just
live in the present.
Live in the present.
Forget about yesterday.
And life is not meant to be easy.
Yeah.
This is challenging.
Yeah.
There are things that are, the better we can cope with those things and tell ourselves that, okay, this, like the house isn't crashing down all the time.
Yeah.
Cars are meant to break. Washing machines are meant to break. Penguins are meant to walk.
Who was I to think that my machine would last 13 years and do 1 billion loads
for the next 20 washers?
stuff that I put in there.
Exactly. Absolutely. So that's the thing. And at the end of the day, that's all we can hope for is to try to navigate these things better.
And I love it. Absolutely. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to subscribe. We want to know more about you guys. We want to know what you guys think, your thoughts, your stories, what's going on in your lives. We'd like to get more involved with our audience and see what's going on out there.
Guys.
Yeah. Comments.
Even what is your interpretation of the penguin? What did that viral situation that happened back mean to you?
Yeah.
Also, I want comments on Canadian Tire has an issue.
Yeah.
And I want specifics with the existing birth chart. It can be general too, but I want and is there anything that you can do to help me navigate this? And I would love that.
Yeah.
And tell us stories about your trip to Mexico and everything. Which was called, what was it called?
Zewata'eo.
Zewata'eo. Okay, everybody. Well, this is us saying bye.